Hey y'all, welcome back to Side on the Shed. This evening I'm out in the shed. Um, Unfortunately though, I'm not doing anything automotive related, wood related, or camping related. Um, right now all I'm doing is I'm actually enjoying the nice weather. It was 60 degrees here today. It was nice. I'm out in the shed, it's warm. I got new lights in the shed, that's why it's all lit up like this. It's nice. It's nice out. But what I wanted to do is talk to you real quick about some of the things I think of when I'm at work. Now I have a couple posts up, a couple videos up about the stupid stuff I think about when I'm at work. One of them was about time dilation, and the age-old question: Hey, if you're traveling at the speed of light and you turn the headlights on, would they do anything? Well, the simple answer is no. They wouldn't. They wouldn't, because you're traveling the same speed. Boom. It's not going to go out in front of you. It's not going to illuminate anything. You're actually not going to see anything anyway. Now, here's a few problems with that. Anything that has mass, all right, it's mathematically impossible for anything with mass, no matter how big, how small, how tiny, even a grain of sand, cannot travel at the speed of light. It would take infinite energy, more energy than the universe has. Or let me put it this way: more energy than the visible universe has. We don't know if the universe is infinite or not. All we know is what we can see. But it would take more energy than the visible universe has to even get a tiny grain of sand up to the speed of light. And that's moving within the universe itself, within the fabric of space-time. But we're going to suspend that for a minute, because there's something else you need to think about. And this falls back to the problem of time dilation. The faster you go, the slower time moves for you. Okay? It works the same way on Earth, everything we do. Okay? Even sitting still right here, I'm moving. We all are, because the Earth is rotating around the sun at a certain speed, orbiting around the sun at a certain speed. The Earth itself is rotating. Everything in the universe is dynamic. Nothing sits still. Okay? But what you do is you have time that flows and then movement. And the way that works, the faster you move, the slower time goes by for you, the person moving. Okay? Me sitting here watching you, if you were traveling, the closer you get to the speed of light, and if I was to observe you, from my perspective sitting here on Earth, it would look like you started moving slower and slower and slower. Your perspective is you wouldn't notice a difference until you got to the speed of light. Everything would stop for you. So the speed of light and the speed of time, time has a speed limit. Time stops at the speed of light. So if you or I were to be in a spacecraft, any type of craft that could move and transport us at the speed of light, it would be instantaneous for us, no matter the distance. No matter if we went to the moon, it would be instant. We would have no concept of time moving because it didn't. If we went 13 billion light years away, for us traveling at the speed of light, it would be instantaneous from our perspective. It literally would be instantaneous. For the people of Earth, we'd be gone for 13 billion years to get to the edge of the visible universe from where we are right now. Basically, when we got to the end of the visible universe, 13 billion years would have passed on Earth. Earth would no longer be here. Our sun would no longer be here. Our whole solar system would no longer be here. But for us, it would be instantaneous. That creates its own problems, though. Because if we were somehow to develop a craft that could travel and carry passengers at the speed of light, there'd be no way to stop it. Once you hit that light speed button, you're gone. Because you are frozen, time stops. You're unable to turn it off. The electricity moves at the speed of light. The photons in there to control the on-off button would stop moving too. You would be sentenced to travel until the universe ends. You'd be gone forever. It would be instant death, basically. You'd never be able to stop. You'd still keep going. You would go past the visible universe. Now they found out that the universe itself is expanding, okay? And the further away you get from Earth, the faster it expands. This is the fabric of space-time. This is not stuff traveling through it. So the fabric that space-time, our whole universe, is made out of, the further away you get from Earth, our vantage point, our perspective, the faster it's expanding, to the point where the universe, 13, 14 billion light years from here, from where we're at, is expanding faster than the speed of light. Nothing inside of it is moving faster than the speed of light. That's impossible. It can't do it. But the fabric that makes up the entire universe, the fabric of space-time, is actually expanding faster than the speed of light. So it means no matter how much technology we have, we will never know the true size of the universe. And with that being said, too, if you were able to travel at the speed of light, you would never reach the end of the universe. And even if you did, you wouldn't know it, because time would have stopped for you. You would just, that's it. It would be like you were frozen, like you were put into a stasis. You'd never, ever know it. So one of the answers is, if you're traveling at the speed of light and you turn your headlights on, no, they wouldn't do anything. No, you wouldn't be able to illuminate what's in front of you. You wouldn't. I just kind of find this stuff interesting. Same goes to Star Trek with the transporters. They have a limit. Now they In Star Trek, the transporter, it breaks you down to your molecules, turns it into information, and then beams it someplace at the speed of light. That's how information travels, okay? But there is a limit to the distance. They cannot beam somebody on board the Enterprise or whatever ship that's too far away, so you never notice the time dilation. It seems instant. But I'll put it to you this way. If we had a transporter that was on Earth and we had a space station that was orbiting the sun, and we were to transport somebody from Earth to that space station orbiting the sun, it would take 8 minutes for that information to get there. You being transported, obviously it's instant, but it would actually take 8 minutes for that information to get there. The speed of light is fast, but compared to the universe, the speed of light is a friggin' turtle. It's slow. It's slow. We're not that far away from the sun, yet it still takes 8 minutes for light to get from the sun to the Earth. Figure this perspective out. It takes 45 seconds. I think it's 15 seconds. 15 seconds, sorry. It takes 15 seconds for light to get from the Earth to the moon or from the moon to Earth. There's a 15-second delay. We found that out in the 60s with the Apollo missions. I think it was a 15-second. I could be off, but anyway, there's a little bit of a time delay. Light seems to be instant. Light is very fast. But in the grand scheme of things, even just in our own solar system, to go from the sun to Earth takes like 8 minutes. That's a long time. That's a long time for something that moves that fast. That's a long time. Our nearest solar neighbor, our next nearest star, sun, is Proxima Centauri. It's a bit of a elliptical orbit, you know, it changes. It's not always the exact same. But it's roughly, I think Proxima Centauri is roughly 3.8 light years away at its closest and something like 4.3 light years away from us at its furthest. So they say it's roughly 4 light years away. Alpha Centauri, which is a star that can actually be seen, Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf. Very hard to see. You cannot see it with the naked eye. Alpha Centauri, you can. Alpha Centauri, I believe, is 4.5 light years away. And it's not a binary system. It's a trinary system. There are 3 stars in the Alpha Centauri system. And they found that all 3 of them have planets orbiting them. I'm sorry, guys. I just kind of geek out on this stuff. I'm interested in it. I think it's cool. But what blows my mind is just the incredible distances, the speeds. When the speed of light is considered, you think about it, as slow as it is, it's just mind-boggling. Now, with that being said, we're still talking the macro scale, okay? No matter how tiny atoms, photons, everything that we're talking about, that's something substantial. Okay? But that's still the micro scale or macro scale. When you get into the micro, and when I say micro, I start talking about quantum, something the size quantum physics, quantum science, quantum mechanics. And that's something I'll never figure out. I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, Einstein could not even come up with a theory of everything to combine the macro with the quantum. Somebody will someday. I have faith in that. As long as we don't blow ourselves up first. But anyway, it's just, I'm babbling. I know, I'm sorry. But I'm a truck driver. I don't get to talk to a whole lot of people. I sit in my truck all day and I talk to myself, and these are a few things I think about when I'm not thinking about building engines or building something out of wood or going camping or bills I gotta pay or something like that. These are a few things that I enjoy, keeps my mind busy, and I find it interesting. I just wanted to kind of babble and share that with y'all. Again, this video is getting a little bit long. I miss a lot of the people that I have lost, that I used to talk to about this stuff. A lot of them were older gentlemen. Believe it or not, a lot of them were engine builders, carpenters, just regular people. These are things I used to talk to them about, and they were, like I said, older people. And over the last couple of years, especially COVID, they succumbed to that. I miss my mentors. I miss my older people that I could talk to, people with knowledge, just everyday knowledge. Anyway, thank you for putting up with me for babbling. Thank my subscribers. This channel is unreal. 343 subscribers. I appreciate it. I don't know why y'all put up with me, but I appreciate it. Y'all have yourselves a good evening.